What's up, guys? It's you, and welcome back to another subscriber battle that I'm having here on the channel. This one is SpriteChaserZ versus Sonicshadow77. This is indeed the finals of the subscriber tournament that I had going on just recently. It'll be yesterday from the time that this is uploaded. But yeah, so this is the finals match. I was really looking forward to this match because I had watched one of Sonic's matches so far, and he has a pretty cool team. It's kind of similar to the team that I was using in the sense that it's kind of based off Sandstorm, but like sand is very, very powerful. But anyway, so SpriteChaserZ is going to be on the near side of the field playing under the nickname Havoc Scorp, and Sonicshadow is under his name far side. So anyway, breaking down the two teams. As you guys saw from yesterday's battle, Havoc Scorp is using a Sticky Web team with Extra Sensory Greninja, Sword Stance, Bisharp, Scarf, Kyurem B, probably Lum, Dragonite, and Mega Charizard Y. While Sonicshadow is rolling with a Garchomp, a Sandrush Excadrill, T-Tar, which is there for rocks and for the sand, a Mega Scizor, a Rotom Wash, and a Calm Mind Clefable. So anyway, we will quickly jump into this match right here and see what's going on. Let me set the speed to normal, and then we shall begin. So anyway, Galvantula's lead for SpriteChaserZ versus Tyranitar, and Tyranitar is going to go for the taunt, but unfortunately it's slower, allowing the Sticky Web to be set up, which is kind of an unfortunate scenario for Sonic's team, and I said it's a slow just because it's easier to commentate over. Anyway, Galvantula goes for Bug Buzz on Tyranitar, does some pretty good damage, as Sonicshadow just chooses to get up his rocks here because he does see that Havoc has no way to remove them, and that's going to hurt like three of his most potent attackers in Charizard, Dragonite, and Kyurem B. So anyway, Galvantula is just going to keep going for Bug Buzz here as T-Tar goes for the Crunch and does a lot of damage to Galvantula, and Sonic is going to pull a switch here, recognizing he needs T-Tar for later for the sand, and goes into Mega Scizor. And Sprite Chaser just ends up going for a Bug Buzz again against Scizor, which is a good play. And now Sonic makes probably a pretty questionable play right here by not going for Bullet Punch, but it didn't really end up hurting him in the end. The Thunder does not para Mega Scizor, meaning that Mega Scizor is just going to easily knock out Galvantula with the U-turn. So now Sonic is going to have to choose what he goes into first, and it ends up being his Excadrill right here, because Excadrill actually does apply a lot of offensive pressure versus the rest of Sprite Chaser's team. And since Excadrill is Sand Rush, it will still outspeed Charizard, because like Excadrill's speed is still counted as Sand Rush speed even when Drought is activated. So down goes Mega Charizard Y. And Sonic is in a pretty good position right now, being up 6-4. Greninja ends up coming on out, and Sonicshadow is just going to switch Drill out into Rotom Wash to take whatever hit that this Greninja wants to go for. Greninja ends up revealing the HP Fire aimed to hit Mega Scizor, so that is something Sonicshadow will play around through the rest of the match. Extra Sensory comes from Greninja. Presumably just hit for neutral damage, and Rotom just Volt switches out into Tyranitar to get the sand back up. And at this point I was watching the match, I was like, oh boy, Excadrill's about to put in some work against this team, because Kyurem Black does not appreciate a Iron Head, and Dragonite does not appreciate a Rock Slide, but Greninja will be able to hang on against this Crunch from Tyranitar, because Greninja manages to get the Scald Burn and weaken Tyranitar. So now it is a 5-4 game, and Sonic just goes out into Excadrill here, presumably just to spin, and gets the Rapid Spin kill. So +1 in style points for Sonicshadow right here, because Excadrill is pretty cool, and if you can pick up a Rapid Spin kill, you know, you fall under the extremely cool people in my book. And Excadrill right here is just going to go for the Iron Head, predicting Kyurem Black, but Bisharp is just going to get good Sucker Punch damage off, and Sonic decides to switch here to save Drill for one last hit, presumably on Kyurem Black, and goes at it into Rotom just to sack it to a knockoff, meaning that now it is a 4-3 game with Sprite Chaser still kind of lurking in the shadows, still has a chance to do really well, But this is where the game starts to go downhill because Mega Scissor is going to roost, and this is a bulky Mega Scissor, meaning it's going to eat up this knockoff, and Havoc doesn't, or Havoc, aka Sprite Chaser, really doesn't have a whole lot to deal with this Mega Scissor. Iron Head does 17%, Knockoff does 29%, and Sonic is going to go for a knockoff here, predicting Tyranitar as Bisharp just Swords Dances, and we also find out that Bisharp, it was a Sash SD variant of Bisharp, but Mega Scissor is going to knock off, or U-turn against Bisharp and knock it out, meaning that it is a 4-2 game, and this could go very downhill for Sprite Chaser here. But Sprite Chaser makes a pretty questionable play in my opinion. I'll pause the video to explain why. Because I found out later in this match that Sprite Chaser has Scarfed Ironhead, Kieran Black, and there's no way Clefable is going to be able to OHKO Kieran Black even after rocks. So in my opinion, if what I would have done is spam Ironhead with Kieran Black to rid Sonic Shadow of Clefable and then try to win with Dragonite. But Sprite Chaser ends up going out into Dragonite here to end up dealing with Clefable, and ends up going for an Earthquake, and we find out that this is max physical defense Clefable with Soft Boiled, Calm Mind, and 2 attacking moves. And Clefable's just going to start setting up right here, which doesn't fare too well for Sprite Chaser and his 2 dragons. But Dragonite is just going to DD up right here as Sonic Shadow chooses to Soft Boiled with Clefable. And this time EQ does like 48%, revealing that this is in fact Magic Guard and not Unaware Clefable. And Clefable just knocks out D-Knight with the Moonblast. And this means that the game is all but over because Kieran Black, no matter what it locks itself into, is going to end up losing because it can't beat anything with Iron Head except Clefable. But Sprite Chaser just chooses to pick up the knockout versus Clefable with the Iron Head, and that is going to be the game because here comes Garchomp, and Garchomp is about to put in all the work, revealing that it is Scarf Chomp, goes for the Outrage, knocks out Kieran Black. So very good game, both of you guys. Thank you to everybody who came out for the tournament. This was a blast. Like, I definitely want to do this again in the future. It was pretty fun. And so, very, very fun. I look forward to doing more of these in the future because, especially due to the size of the tournament, it was just kind of a quick thing. And it didn't necessarily need that much planning. It was a good way to interact with you guys. I got to talk with a lot of you guys, which was fun. So, yeah, very good game on both ends. So if you guys did enjoy this subscriber battle, please make sure to leave a like because it really does help show support for the stuff that I'm doing here on the channel. Additionally, make sure to subscribe if you guys are enjoying the constant content. And with that, I'll catch you on the flip-flop.